and it started with another banger. So tonight by 8 p.m. West African time, I'm going to be talking about what's next. Broadcasting from Benin City, Nigeria. We just had our newly elected president inaugurated just a few days back, and there's a whole lot of questions in people's hearts. Like there's a chaos just at the horizon. And we know as believers that we are actually in pushing. I want to teach you tonight on what's the next big thing, what's the next thing you can do. Yeah, so tune in tonight by 8 p.m. West African time. How can I be more productive at the things that I do in this kind of situation? Can't wait to see you at my broadcast tonight, 8 p.m. West African time, this channel, TGT. So welcome to today's podcast. So good to have you here. Yeah, so good to have you here. If you can hear me, just tell me on the comment section that you can hear me. So good to have you here. Yeah, so good to have you here. If you can hear me, just kindly tell me that you can hear me in the comment section. Yeah, and if you just tell me, yeah, I can hear you. Just the team, I can hear you clearly. So what's next? So good to have you here. So we're going to be talking about in the next few minutes. Where I tapped what's next. That questions with totally state your name and your location on comment section. I'd like to meet with you. Yeah, I'd like to meet with you. So tell me where you listening from. And if you can hear me properly, can hear me clearly, just tell me right now on the comment section so you can shoot. Can you hear me clearly? Just tell me on the comment section and we can proceed. So if you can hear me clearly, just tell me in the comment section. Yeah, so to say, if you can hear me clearly, just kindly tell me on the comment section. Oh, amazing. Can you hear me clearly, please? So good to have you here. Can you hear me clearly? You can hear me very clearly. Just tell me. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much for the feedback. Wow, it's so good to see you back online. Amazing. Please, everybody kindly share this podcast. Let's kindly share this podcast. Kindly share this podcast. Thank you. So welcome to my YouTube channel. If you can see me clearly, just put on like the hand emoji. Let me see you. Yeah, if you can see me clearly, just let me hand emoji. Let me see you. Yeah, someone else share this podcast. Share this podcast. Don't stop sharing it. Don't stop sharing it. Don't stop sharing it. So this is my way of bringing counsel to people. So as the title is called Hard Questions. So bringing all your questions as I talk about certain things, just write down the comments, be bold enough to talk, communicate afterwards. Just tell me positive. So this is my question for today. I have the question today. I have the question. I have the question. I'm right here to answer the question. So please, so that we can start. We're already 17 minutes late. So now if you can hear me, just join me in. If you can hear me, just tell me I can hear you, sir. Just kindly state your name and your location. So yeah, welcome to Hard Questions with Pastor T. So we're talking about what's next, and just like the intro video said, concerning how that we have come to another season in Nigeria, another season again. I'm broadcasting, of course, from the city in Nigeria, so I'm a Nigerian, so we know the issues that surround us. So this kind of platform actually comes, I believe, is a one in a lifetime kind of platform that offers us real-time counsel concerning how we can actually thrive as believers in this kind of ever dynamic, changing world that we found ourselves in. Some folks say things like some years ago, Nigeria was much more better, the world was much more better. We could seem to actually have more results than presently now. So you see, people say things like that. If I was born in this kind of family, perhaps I will have better results. If I was exposed to this kind of knowledge, perhaps I will not be where I am. I'll be better off and all that and all that. But let me tell you something. I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and of course, every single idea that will be taught in this episode, in these hard questions, the people that we're going to invite over to also have a table of discussion and all that as Christians, and we're coming at this thing from the Christian point of view. And there's something very striking that Scripture said. Scripture spoke about how that we are actually in a prophetic place as a Christian community, and that prophetic place is what we call Goshen. So just know that for me to know that you're really hearing me, just type the word Goshen on the comment section. So yeah, so that's what I was saying. So we are in a place, and that place is called Goshen. It's almost like a prophetic narrative that the circumstances happening around the world, welcome Patricia Secretary, circumstances happening around the world is not supposed to happen to us. So why hard questions? Hard questions is coming to you to actually bring the wisdom of God, practical wisdom, practical counsel, practical wisdom, practical counsel. So this is from me, not just from my ministry, but this is from me practically actually coming to relate with us on a more personal level, one-on-one and stuff like that. So yes. So now look at the situations happening around us, around the world, literally, even right now in Nigeria. People are saying, what am I going to do to actually avert this seeming famine that is hitting the world? What am I going to do? How can I? What am I going to do to make meaning of my life? First of all, the Christian actually knows. Okay, thank you for that info. Thank you so much. Now, the Christian actually knows, as a believer, as a Christian, we actually know that our life does not make meaning or does not get a meaning because of the material things that we have. You see, that's a very poor way of somebody looking at themselves. One of the most poorest way of somebody looking at themselves is to look at themselves and actually base their worth, base their value, base their esteem on the things that they have and the things that they don't have. You see, those things actually just make a fool of the believer. You see, so if you can see me very clearly, just signify, just tell me that you can hear me clearly. So back to what I'm saying. So first of all, in surviving these times, you must get your esteem straight. In surviving these times, I make bold to tell you that you must come to that place whereby there is no longer identity crisis. You just put away the identity crisis. You put away the identity issues and realize that you are somebody that is whole. You are good. You are okay beyond what you have or what you don't have, because the rate at which a whole lot of people right now are giving up, committing suicide, lapsing into depression and all that is not actually the plan of God for us. You see, I believe very strongly that that's the reason why we're even having these hard questions. Okay, Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me? Is my voice clear? Is my voice louder now? Is my voice louder now? It should be. It should be louder now, right? Just tell me, please. Is my voice louder? Okay, yeah. So I believe my voice should be louder now. So sorry for that hitch. I'm so sorry for the hitch. Yeah. So now back to what I was saying. So we're talking about the practical ways, the practical wisdom on how to actually, as a believer, live in Goshen. You see, there have never been any better time, any better day than now. Truthfully, I'm telling you the truth. So those things that folks say, things like, if I was born in the 90s, I would have been way better off. If I was born in this particular place, I would have been way better off. If I had this opportunity. No, 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 no. I want you to first of all to realize that there has never been a better time. Yeah, literally, those things that are just things that we normally tell ourselves. So maybe we can feel good, we can feel okay, we can feel alright, and all that and all that. See, I'm telling you the truth right now. You can actually succeed, thrive, prosper in any economy, in any country, in any situation. All you just need is a mind shift, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. That mind shift, you see, because each and every one of us, we have to go through that. We have to go through what I call a mind hacking. Now, this platform, Hard Questions, is brought to you to actually say you can. So Christians can ask practical questions concerning fulfilling their purpose, concerning their career, concerning their relationships, concerning business, concerning what have you, industries, and what have you. You see, we want to actually receive practical questions and give practical answers. So everybody knows what I'm talking about right now because we're all like, oh my God, I don't want to try. I don't seem to know what's next. I don't seem to know what to do. Okay, I just got into higher education. I just got into a higher institution. What should I do? Okay, I'm about to enter a higher institution. What course of study should I go into? Okay, I'm just graduating. I'm about to graduate. What, 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 what's next for me? What's next for me? What's next for me? What is going to make me comfortable when it comes to money wise and what have you? So back to what I was saying, I said you must first of all solve identity. You see, there's no other worldview that I believe that actually solves the identity question to each and every one of us in this entire world than the viewpoint of Christianity, actually, because the viewpoint of Christianity tells us that your your identity is not based on anything material. It's not based on anything material. That you are who you are because of who God has called you, and that you are okay. You see, that mindset already, that tells you that mind shift that tells you already that okay, I am sound, I am okay, I am all right. My identity is not tied to the things that I have or the things that I don't have. It's already a level playing field for you to thrive. Now, you must first of all solve the you problem. You see, the first person actually to conquer is not your environment. A whole of us feel that the first thing we need to conquer is our environment. I need to conquer my environment. I need to conquer the place that I am in. I need to conquer this. I need to conquer that. No, the first thing that you must realize that you need to conquer in thriving, in succeeding in anything you do, is to first conquer yourself, is to conquer those your make believe, is to conquer those mountains that you have already inflicted on your mind. See, you must realize, let me tell you the simple truth. You can never make real time success in life without a psychological hack. You see, I need you to really get this, and then I want the questions to start pouring in by the time I go deeper into what I'm talking about tonight. So, the whole of us must realize that, first of all, the first person that I must conquer is me. I must conquer myself. Now, because as I said before, Goshen in scriptures actually is a prophetic narrative, a prophetic language that tells us that the believer is actually, despite the fact that he may be in Egypt, but he's in Goshen. Goshen actually is a geographical location in Egypt. But you will see something, you will realize something that even though it was a prophetic, even though it was a geographical location in Egypt, the scriptures recorded that the whole plagues happening to the Egyptians was not happening to them. Now, a normal 21st century Christian will be like, okay, I am protected by the blood of Jesus. It means that whatever is happening in the country is not going to happen to me. No, my brother, it's going to happen to you actually. That's not the explanation of that scripture, of that prophetic narrative. You see, because for instance, we just got an our newly elected president just got inaugurated some few days back, and the first pronouncement he made was concerning the removal of the first subsidy. He just removed the first subsidy. You don't remove first subsidy without without like without notable procedures. There must be procedures on ground. But let me tell you the truth. In as much as the unbeliever is buying fuel right now at a liter for 511 naira, you also, as a believer, you're going to go to that filling station and it's not going to change. It's going to still be 511 naira. So when we're talking about that, you as a believer, you're staying in Goshen, is that we're talking about how that your mind is guarded. Welcome everybody, I can see you all. Is that your mind is actually guarded, that your mind is not, your mind is protected. You're not thinking the same way the normal man is thinking. So you see, the first person to actually conquer is yourself. Now, but some of us may feel that, oh, okay, I came from a bad background, I came from a bad family, I did not have the right education. Then educate your mind, then educate yourself. Before you ask the question of what's next, what can I do? I'm just finishing from school, I'm right now in school, I'm about to get married, what's the next thing for me to do? You must realize something, that the greatest limitation is you. Now, but a whole lot of folks have had these kind of things and they're like, all this motivational stuff. No, let me tell you the truth. It's beyond motivation. It's a psychological hack. I'm giving you practical mind hack in hard questions. I'm telling you this practical mind hack. A whole lot of people meet me and they're like, Pastor Tisa, I seem to love what you do. You're a pastor, you're a real estate, you're a big time real estate investor. Can I get into? Can you get me into this this industry? And I'm like, in my heart, sincerely, I really want them to prosper, but they can't understand what I understand. And if you can't understand what I understand, you can't be me. Because sincerely, you can't be somebody else. The only option you have to be is you. Are you aware? And that is a very frightening something. That if the you have to be isn't okay and isn't in the perfect place, you can't go to the next level. Nobody, no, you see, your next level, let me tell you the truth, is not tied to nobody, it's actually tied to you. So the first person, as I said, that you must conquer actually is yourself. So you must conquer about those make beliefs. It's happening to you right now. You actually fix those limitations in your head. Those limitations are pictures that you have put in your head. So you must go to psychological hack. Take the word of God as a Christian and begin to see yourself as somebody that is striving, as somebody that is prosperous, as somebody that is okay, as somebody that his or her identity is not based on what they have or don't have. You must begin to see yourself as rich, famous, okay, beautiful, perfect, mentally sound. You see, that is actually what I call self-discovery, the search for yourself. Because in a world of so many people, so many faces, what stands you out is self-discovery. What stands you out among a billion people in the world is self-discovery. That you know who you are, you know what you want, and you know what you want to do. There is no economy that wouldn't bend to the will of a man that knows what he wants and knows how to get what he wants. So let's hit this thing deep. what's next. Yeah, so welcome back. Welcome back. So good to see you here. If you can see me very clearly, just signify. Oh yes, sir. I can hear you. I can hear you. So welcome back. Okay, good. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Getting. Thank you. So, let's go. Let's hit this week night session. So back to what I was saying, sincerely, the first person you really need to conquer is that you need to conquer yourself. You need to conquer the make believes, and you need to begin to replace the defeating pictures and the defeating mindset with the right mindset. You really need to do that now if you haven't done it. You see, nobody is going to do it for you. You're the one that's going to do it for yourself. You're going to tell yourself that, oh, I am an amazing fellow, and this is what I want to do for my life. Now, you must understand something, that this world is very dynamic and changes is bound to occur. That's the truth. The dollar rate is changing, the exchange dollar rate is going on hype, everything is going on hype. There's never a time that the world just, alas, I'm better now. No. So you have to become the better version of yourself. But how can you become a better version of yourself when you don't even know who you are? You don't even know what you're working on. So it is when you know who you are, you've solved your identity, your identity image. That's when you begin to say, okay, become a version of myself. So a better version of myself is a better version of myself that I already know. This is who I am. I know myself, so I'm becoming a better version of myself. You see, there's something also I'm going to talk about tonight, and that is singularity of purpose, singularity of mind. Now, what do I mean by that? Singularity of mind, singularity of purpose. Now, there's something they do in the Eastern Oriental philosophy and religion, whereby they practice the yoga practices, yoga exercises, and all that. And the whole point is for you to achieve what they call enlightenment. Now, what is all that? Enlightenment is just simply self-awareness. What Socrates actually said, the popular Socrates dictum said, "Man, know thyself." You see, there cannot be growth, there cannot be expansion, as I said, without you actually coming to know yourself. So you need to come into what I call perfect, beautiful harmony of who you are. Perfect, beautiful harmony of who you are. Please, a perfect harmony. You need to come to that place of perfect harmony of who you are. Who are you? Who are you? What do you want to do? How do you want to change the narrative? Okay, let me give you a little bit instance, because some people don't still understand. Let me just break it down for them. I personally am a pastor of a local church. I pastor a church, and I'm also a missionary that go out on missions. But I have a passion, a genuine passion for societal transformation. I pride myself to be a social economic enthusiast. That means somebody that is enthusiastic about societal transformation, economical transformation. And I believe so strongly that the society can be changed, and the way society can be affected starts from the basic primary matter, which is the individual. So I believe so strongly that if we can affect the individual, if we can affect him, a group of individuals, what we call community. A group of communities produces society. A group of society produces nations. So nation building is societal change, is societal transformation, is individual change, is communal transformation. So that's my purpose. That's what I'm giving to. So I have found a way of bringing this thing into perfect harmony. That as a pastor, as a gospel missionary, I have brought this thing into harmony. That I am also a social economic enthusiast, somebody that is out there with a purpose to change the society. So I've brought everything into harmony, into beautiful harmony. So whenever I'm doing my pastoral duties, whenever I'm doing my missionary duties, I see it as a responsibility. I see it as fulfilling purpose, fulfilling destiny, that I'm changing individuals, I'm changing lives by the things that I teach, by the mindset that I'm changing every single time that I stay with people. Every single time people come around me, I'm changing mindset. I'm changing. If I can change their mindset, I can change their culture. If I can change their culture, I can affect their behavioral conduct. I can affect their way of life, because at the end product, each and every one of us, our purpose is actually for sustainable regeneration of humanity. We actually want to leave humanity better than we left it. And there is no, sorry, we want to leave humanity better than we met it. So you see, so there is no higher purpose than this. And that's why even me as a pastor now, I've seen the beautiful merge between the gospel that I preach that actually changes lives. But the reason why my gospel is so amazing and so powerful is that it will not just only change your life on this physical earth, but it will also transcend even into eternity. That's the promise that we give. You see, but as a pastor, I'm not just limited to actually changing and settling people's eternal destiny. I'm also happy that I can actually bring the civilization, the thought pattern of the self into this very sphere. So that the most happy beyond the fact you just want to make money, you don't want to go to school and all that. There must be some, there must be a driving force, you see. Now, and what actually drives us is actually what we vision. So if you must know next, now I believe now everybody now can relate to me on a more direct place now on what it means by vision now. So when I'm saying vision, knowing your purpose, it's not going to be confusing again, because I started by saying that the first overcome is yourself. Is just your heart. No, sometimes when I get some young folks talk, sometimes and I ask them what's next, and they tell me, okay, what's next for me is that, okay, I just want to start selling food. I just want to start selling clothes. I just want to start making people's hair just to make some quick bucks. And I'm like, I just know that that person is not going to actually last, because he's just actually trying to do quick fix. One of those days I was in deep meditation and I asked myself, how long will I keep doing quick fixes? When will I start fulfilling purpose? When will I start actually making money by fulfilling my purpose? It is better to actually make ends meet by fulfilling your purpose. Now, because you are using one stone to kill several birds. You're fulfilling your purpose. You are changing humanity, and at the same time you are benefiting from it. And one of the greatest advantages of this, I tell you the truth, is that no matter what happens, you will not give up. There will be a consistency, there will be a staying power, because this is what you are living for. But now we have people, we have young men, young women, that they are clouded by what pays. What pays me more? What gives me more than what actually pays? What actually pays is that lives are being transformed. You see, what I'm doing right now is actually transforming lives. It's actually affecting people. That's why if you even see some of us, our business proposals, when they tell you, okay, can you submit a proposal of what you do? What makes your business stand out? They're not asking you what makes your business stand out. They're actually asking you what makes you stand out. Because you are actually your purpose. You are actually your business. You are actually what you do. Recently I'm working on a proposal concerning some a multi-million proposal concerning real estate, and it's so fun. I'm telling you, it's so fun. But I know some people that it's just going to be so stressful for them, even as they are going to school. It's so stressful. Even the business they are doing, the 9 to 5 job they are working in, is so stressful for them. The reason why is because they have not yet seen purpose in it. If they have seen purpose, if they have seen vision, if they have seen those things in it, they will be more passionate And passionate people always produce results. You see, so if you want to change the narrative, you must understand who are you as the narrator? Who are you as the narrator? You want to change the narrative. Who are you as the narrator? Do you just want to just come on this earth and do the same things that everybody does? What makes you unique? There's something in the business proposal we call let me look for the perfect word. When writing, even sometimes even in your business, they ask you what's your niche? What's your niche? What's your USP, your unique selling proposition? And some of us, we struggle. If you can hear me, please, we struggle. What's your unique selling proposition? What's your niche? You don't know. The reason why is because you just entered that craft. There was no passion. There was no like. For instance, why am I going to enter into the agrosphere? Just because I want to sell my agro products? No. I want to offer food solutions. So that person becomes an innovator. He becomes a creator. You see, a creator and innovator don't just only think peripherally. He don't just only think concerning this year. His vision is large. His heart is large. So it's not. That's why you're going to see that even though he seems to lose, he does not stop. Because God actually called each and every one of us to actually be a creator, to be an innovator. You are born innovator. You are born creative. Don't just allow. That's why I say you must solve identity issues first. That your identity is not based on what you have or what you don't have. At that particular point in time, you begin to meditate. You begin to see yourself as an innovator, as a creative. So so you begin to ask yourself even these hard questions. For instance, I am into the agro community. I want to provide food solutions. How can I make these things? How can I make food solutions? Okay, what are the problems? What are the problems? What are the problems in our country, for instance, affecting food supply? What will affect food supply in the next years to come? So you go into deep research. Nobody should just sit down in his house doing nothing, thinking nothing. You are born to be a creative. You are born to be an innovator. See, God actually left you on this earth. You know, our Bible is just so amazing as Christians. The Bible said, and God told Adam to tend the garden. When God gave Adam earth as a raw material for him to be a creative, to turn the raw material into finished products. It's high time Christian creatives also rise up. You see, a consumer mentality does not go far. You must begin to put on the producer mentality. Now, everybody that ever put on that producer mentality, that creative mentality, you will actually aim more. You actually gain more. Be consumed by an overwhelming passion. Be consumed by a big picture. So as an individual, you must have that big picture that you are traveling into. This is my big picture. This is what I have in mind to achieve in the next years to come. So as you begin to grow, as you begin to go into more research, as you begin to go into more studies, you begin to understand your unique selling proposition. You begin to understand more your niche. You begin to know your weaknesses. You begin to know your beyond just writing a proposal. It's just, actually, I was reading the statistics. I was reading a newsletter, and they said that Nigerians actually are one of the countries that has applied for grants than anybody in the whole world. They say they apply for grants, write proposals, and they never do it. When they receive seed capital, when they receive the money, they just spend it, they eat it. You see, because they are not true creatives. Now we call SWOT analysis. That is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and what? And threats, right? Now, SWOT analysis. Now, no, when we read all this kind of stuff, all we just do is let's just read it for reading's sake. No, you must begin to embrace this as a culture of leading. Have a singularity of purpose. Have a singularity of purpose. What are you doing to change the world? What are you? It is men that change the world that actually reap big. So we are seeing you here today. Today you are here. You want to sell clothes. Tomorrow you want to do this. Next tomorrow you want to be a motivational speaker. Next year you want to be a pastor. Next year you want to be and all that. See. You need to solve that identity crisis. You need to come to that place where you say, "This is who I am. This is my singularity of purpose. This is what I want to do with my life. This is how I want to change my world." You see. So next time somebody asks you, "What's next?" you know now what to reply about what's next. So don't just be in a hurry to reply what's next, what's next about me. You need to sit down. You see, I'm talking especially to Christians. Christian creatives need to rise. Christian creatives, we really need to rise. We really need Christian narrators that can actually rise and change the narratives. There is no, I'm going to say this finally as I close this podcast. There is no good mind in anything. No, folks feel things like, okay, there's a whole lot of money in the real estate industry. There's a whole lot of money in the agro industry. There's a whole lot of money in the political industry. No, my brother, no, my sister, no. There's a whole lot of profit in what you consistently do. What you consistently give yourself to. And please, I'm going to beg you, please take your life seriously. The world is ever dynamic. The world is ever changing. It has never swallowed people that was prepared. So even as Christians, it's not just to sit down. Your preparation is not just only to pray. As a Christian, your preparation also is to spend time thinking, meditating, producing ideas like your Father in heaven. Don't just sit down and just think that things will fall upon you. No, today decide to change the narrative. Today decide to look at that your craft and fine-tune your craft. Make something out of it. Don't just go up and down looking up. I tell people everything takes grit, takes consistency. I said something one time. I said luck is simply labor, understanding, consistency, and knowledge. Labor, understanding, consistency, and knowledge. That's the principle of luck. There is no charm anywhere. There is no quick route to all these things. Yeah. So you can actually be who you are intended to be. So find something. The scriptures even said, whatever your hand findeth to do, do it with all your might. So find something, be consistent at it, pursue it, look onto the big picture, and give your all to it. And you're going to see massive, big time results. I can't wait to have you on our next podcast. Thank you. I hope you're blessed. I hope you're really blessed. So if you just came in, make sure you go back and listen to this live podcast section. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in tonight.